connect with people, but they look me straight in the face. They say, my best friend. Drugs, my best friend. So you've got to give up your best friend, rejig the world and redefine it. So you can walk past an Aldi store with $3 bottles of wine and be immune to that experience.
Good evening, Australia. I'm Michael Gazzellini. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you're going through some difficult issues at the moment, God bless you. Love and best wishes to you. I know there's a lot of people suffering. Suicide rates amongst young people is skyrocketing, especially over the last few months with the restrictions all over the world. A lot of people have been going through some difficult times. A great man on the couch tonight, Rob Rushford. And I call him the comeback king. He's been a social worker, he's been a successful lawyer, but he's just a really decent fella who says it the way it is. Rob, thank you very much for coming on, brother.
Hi Michael, thanks very much for having me.
And some people you talk to over years, but you never connect, but I love the authenticity about you.
Thank you. It's a nice thing to say, I appreciate it.
So I thought, when I first spoke to you on the phone, I thought, wow, this is unusual. It's an authentic conversation. You said you were also a lawyer. How long were you a lawyer for?
Just over 10 years.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Yeah, it was good fun. Good fun. It's just an extension of working with people, helping people, understanding, like you do here, understanding stories.
So you've got a purpose there. You've got a big heart. What's your purpose in life?
The purpose in life now is, I think, family, and then my businesses, which is working with people, and then community. So you've got to focus on all three is good.
Isn't that amazing? And I think you were saying in the break that you really want to create a protective environment for your wife and your daughter. That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're living in Hanging Rock?
I live at Hanging Rock. It's
good.
very, very pretty up there. It's different.
Yeah.
I was on the bay here in Melbourne, but we got into horses. It's very hard to have horses on the bay in Melbourne, so we moved up to a farm there, and it's been fantastic.
Isn't that amazing? Because when Rob rang me a couple of weeks ago, he goes, Michael, we went to Bond University again and this and that, and become very successful lawyer, and I bought a big place in Toorak and and then he shared the journey here. Then loved the some of the intoxicating liquor too much, and ended up living in a caravan. I thought, wow, that's beautiful. So what happened there? You just enjoyed the drink like we all did.
Well, I went through some personal issues with my then wife at the time, and I said to you before, I'm a kid of the 60s, started my working in the 70s. Drinking was the way that you celebrated, commiserated. I was from a family of big drinkers, and I guess it just took over. And looking back on it, it's not a great story.
Oh no, it's a beautiful story because it's made you, and we've got even the great man Rob's got even more to give, because I reckon if we don't go through those difficult issues, and it's all textbook, it's all growing up in the nice suburbs, being part of the clubs, MCG, all that sort of stuff, and but my favourite people, and I've heard a lot of these people talk at Rotary, are the ones that have gone through difficult times. They've gone bankrupt, they've been divorced a few times, they've hit rock bottom, they've come back on top, and they're the most beautiful people because they can really, genuinely help others.
I think that the mirror, looking in the mirror, is a great counsellor. And I got to that stage when I looked into the mirror. I wasn't really happy with what I saw, and I had been extremely proud of the things that I'd achieved over the journey. Really enjoyed my life, and I wasn't that bloke. And so therefore it was about, how do I fix it? What's important to me? Now my mother's passed away, what would be important to her? And we go back to family, planning and action.
It's beautiful. You said at one stage you're living in lavish homes, you had it all, you're drinking, and then you ended up in a caravan. What's in the caravan, was it?
It's not a very comfortable caravan.
Was it one of those luxurious ones?
No.
And where'd you get it from, the caravan?
It's funny, I was pretty much at my rock bottom, and my wife had taken over the beach house, and we had very much separated. And I just remembered, I bought this caravan a few years before, and I'd never even used it. A friend was selling it, and it was sitting down the coast. So I thought, you know what, it doesn't get any worse than where I am. Go there, meditate, plan. And I did, and it was just out of Geelong. I started doing a bit of work in
How
Geelong.
long the caravan?
I spent 6 months there.
Isn't it amazing, folks? Because I remember when I went through a divorce, and even though there's the loneliness and the overthinking, and what did she do wrong? What did I do wrong? But isn't it amazing when you turn loneliness into aloneness, and as Rob said, the meditation, the reflection, and I think we learn so many things through the difficult times, and I also think that there can be beauty in the messiness of life. When you think back, even those dark days, you discover so much about yourself. There was some beauty in the messiness, wasn't it?
Oh, there is, and I'm sure you've got thoughts too. You blame yourself, you look at what you could do better, and sometimes when you've been so successful at mucking up, you can't fix. So what you got to do is to go look at the clean future. I have a daughter. I love her absolutely. I wanted to be a father when I was 15 years of age. What am I doing here? And so that's what it was about, is to go back and to replan those steps.
It's beautiful. So, Mr. Rushford, if we're sitting here in Brighton, there's a sign outside Hotel Brighton. What a bit of us said, it's going to be a good day today. Christmas not far away.
Not far
away. I know the owner there. It's had a few drinks across the road. We'll have about 8 beers.
Yeah.
Then we might do a couple of lines of Coke. And
Wow.
then we'll go to the strippers and have a really great time. What would you say to Michael Kazilny then?
The great thing about it, it's part of that rebirthing, is the fact I don't drink. I've defined it. I don't drink. So when I work with alcoholics, I tell them that you've got to give up your best friend. And I didn't think that would connect with people, but they looked me straight in the face. They said, my best friend. Drugs, my best friend. So you've got to give up your best friend, rejig the world and redefine it. So you can walk past an Aldi store with $3 bottles of wine and be immune to that experience.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And what a great man. I'm thinking about the best friend as alcohol, and I think I'm still friends with Champagne and Corona Beer. We'll be back very shortly with a great man, Robert Rushford. Don't go away. Welcome back to the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you did your best during the coronavirus lockdown, wherever you are around the world, and just think things are going to get much, much better. 2021, some great things, a lot more happiness, a lot more laughter. There hasn't been much kindness on the streets of Melbourne, Australia in recent months. Just try to smile a bit more. Don't take it all so seriously, and remember that it's a very short holiday, this holiday on planet Earth, Or just speaking to the great man, Rob Rushford, about bullshit, I've come to an age now, 56, I just like honest friends and authentic people. I'm always very honest and authentic with every people in my life. And I've started to fire mates who were bullshitting, backstabbing, and I just like honest, down to earth and authentic people. That's why I love this bloke so much. So you can't bullshit a bullshit artist, Rob.
That's absolutely correct. When we both meditate, when I meditate, I smile, and that smile comes right the way through me. When I deal with people, same as you, we can edit the people out of our lives that are heavy.
Would you say so true about the smile? And what I find, Rob, that when I started meditating, it's almost like the false, the ego, the bullshit, it's been smashed on the ground, and the authentic comes out. And it makes you be kinder too.
Oh yeah. Last year I think we put about 200 guys and girls into rehab through a business that we run. It has a lot of drug and alcoholics in there, drug addicts. And with those people, we say to them, get rid of the friends that you currently have, they're not your friends. Be authentic. Start to prep them for this new life. Yeah. And that business helps them get hold of their superannuation savings and use it to buy a place at the table in private rehab.
What's it called?
That business is called Release My Super. It's self-evident by what it says, but what it does is your superannuation savings aren't much good to you if you're dead. So if you can release, it's your savings to get yourself into private rehab, and we have relationships all through Asia and around Australia, any state.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Rob. It is absolutely beautiful. And folks, I'm sorry to catch you up.
No,
it's
not
such
at
a short time, but I've been around this criminal justice system for, since the 80s. I was a policeman and for 10 years and then a criminal defence lawyer. And I see the court case, I see the people, good people muck up. Anything can happen to anybody. But we live in a very judgmental society, and people who don't sit in the courts, everybody wants jail. These magistrates and judges are too soft, and our foolish government's trying to build more jails. But the truth is that you put a young bloke to jail for a third time driving while suspended, and they hang around with the local underworld and the local burglars, drug dealers, and thieves, and they come out worse. Because whoever we hang around with is that what we absorb. So Rob, it's a very judgmental society, and you being a lawyer, not a practicing one, but it's funny when people all of a sudden have a family member in trouble with the law, and all of a sudden they don't think like that anymore. That judgmental bullshit goes to the side, and even police officers, bloody lawyers and this and that, and a lot of coppers muck up, and then when the policeman gets into domestic violence and a nerve breakdown or beats somebody up, then they get the same lawyers they used to backstab. Do you know what I mean?
We work with a lot of lawyers to try and get them to be more holistic with their treatment modality, with the way that they present to the court. Magistrates are petrified up their advice users, drug addicts, the rising crime rates and the like. If you can give them an end game which has a plan, you've got to be a pretty good lawyer. You've got to be a better lawyer than the guy who just says guilty and blah. That's what we try and do.
But the person's really got to be ready for that change, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. Again, don't bullshit a bullshitter. So if someone says, I'd like to go to rehab to avoid jail, they won't succeed.
No.
They're not going to succeed, and we find that if we can set people properly, we've got the right rehab for the right guy, girl, we can get some great success.
It's beautiful. And there's a lot of people in society, in all suburbs, even the affluent ones, who love the coke, and they love they're functioning alcoholics, and they say, making a lot of money, there's no problems, but it still causes a lot of problems, doesn't it?
It does, and if that word, I'm a high-functioning alcoholic or I'm a high-functioning drug user, is a misnomer. Imagine how great you would be but for the drugs, but for the drinking. There is no such thing. Clarity comes from clarity.
And it's beautiful, and Rob, so true, clarity, that's the only reason I've meditated for the last 20 years or so. I will not leave home, wherever I am around the world, without that mental armour, which gives me calm, a clear mind, and this beautiful emotional detachment, and I think that's so important, So it takes that pain level from 10 to maybe about 3, and you sort of welcome everything into your life, including, the possibility of death. Even that will be a not so bad experience.
Yeah. You know what? I wish, when we work with people, I wish I gave up drink earlier. I look at young people who are starting to give up drugs now. I do the double thumbs up because they're young, who've got the journey. I wish I had started that journey a bit earlier. I didn't. But you know what? We all get older.
We all get older. Rob, so happiness, the life journey, it's not all about fame. It's not all about having millions and then saying, wow, I'm happy now. Because otherwise, people like the great man Michael Hutchins, who all the women wanted to have sex with him, had plenty of dough, Heath Ledger, and all the celebrities in Hollywood who had millions, could have had sex with any person, and still felt isolated and lonely and suicidal. So that can't be the formula to success. So what is you've been around the campus for long enough, what's the formula of being content?
Do you think that it has a lot to do with visualisation? What I do is I think about times when things were good. By good I mean it's a warm day, I'm listening to the music that I want, what am I doing, who am I with? If I can close my eyes, bring that into my stomach and to who I am, then I'm ready to go. And if we do that with our people, and it's pretty cool, isn't it? Because it sounds so ethereal.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's really just close your eyes, go to that place.
Well, Rob's so right, isn't he? We'll have a break in a minute, but we forget to appreciate the simple things in life, you know. I think when I wake up, I know that my default setting is always the bills, the bad things, the problems, the whinging clients, the Lord's Institute having a go. But I systematically eliminate all that bullshit and I show gratitude to be alive, to be living in this beautiful home with the beautiful wife and the beautiful children. And we really have to concentrate on the positive. We'll be back very shortly with a great man, Robert Rushford. We'll come back to you. Thank you very much for watching and all those emails from overseas as well. It's amazing. Whatever you go through at the moment, whether you go through a divorce, maybe some mental health issues, maybe you can't see your children, maybe you've lost your business during COVID-19, God bless you, and things will get much better. It's all impermanent, all the good things never last, and all the bad things never last either. Robert Rushford's on the couch, a great man. I like this man. He's humble, he's authentic, and he's one of life's helpers. You know, I always think there's the givers and the takers in life, but this guy is not a selfish prick. He's a beautiful human being. We apparently went to the same law school together. When I first spoke to him, he said, I had this beautiful palatial mansion in Turak, and I had the holiday house with the beautiful wife and the social parties. And then he said, I liked the alcohol a little bit too much, and the wife walked out, lost the house, and ended up in a caravan. Isn't that amazing? But now life has given him another beautiful opportunity. He's running businesses.
Yeah. I'm smiling because I think it's important to tell people that to look backwards is really unhelpful, but to fix and move forward no, but it's true.
The caravan's gone. Who bought the caravan?
I sold the caravan. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure they're happy there. So for me, it's about the journey now.
It's beautiful.
A great relationship with my daughter.
But you're not too scared to share the journey?
No, I'm not, because I think that it's helpful for the people. And
it's beautiful.
You've got to be able to, if you don't acknowledge that and pretend it never happened, then you're a fake. I don't want to be a fake.
No.
And, I'm doing okay, and I like what I do. I've met a beautiful woman who became my wife. I have a great relationship with my ex-wife, my daughter. It's okay. It's the old story.
And what happened at Hanging Rock? Where did they go missing, those?
That's the beautiful story there. From my farm, we could listen to the rock concerts there. So if there's someone playing at Hanging Rock, you'll see me on my camping chair out the back with a hot tea.
Robert, you're a great speaker. Just very short answers now. What are the plans for the great man over the next 5 years?
Okay, so I'm passionate about the environment. That's something which I take seriously. I have a company, Australian Organic Fruit, which raises money to help farmers in the organic space. I have a biological fertiliser company called BioIQ, which will replace synthetic fertilisers over time. So work is busy. Release My Super is a great company, getting people into rehab, helping them with mental health. And I'm 60 next year. You've got a little bit of time, Michael, before you're 60?
Not too long.
Not too long.
I turned 56 only on the 23rd of November. And today's the 28th, I believe, we're filming this. Also, Robert, then if there's people out there thinking, well, this MK and this Robert, they're all happy, but we're down. We're going through a difficult time. We want to maybe end our lives and not wake up. What are your basic messages for people who just don't want to wake up tomorrow and they've just disassociated themselves from friends and family?
Yeah. We don't have professional training, but what we do have is life experience. I think that you've got to go find the true friend inside you and the true friends around you for support. You cannot lick depression, anxiety on your own. That's my experience. And so that reconnection, as difficult as that is, that has to be the advice.
And it's beautiful, isn't it? When you think about it, there's not many true friends we have, is there? They did a study in America last year. 10 years ago, everybody had about 6.5 friends on average. Last year, 1.5 friends, So choose your friends wisely. Make the sort of friends that you can share anything with, not the ones that are backstabbing, want to have sex with your wife and burn down your house, It seems to me there's not much kindness in the world, and associates aren't friends, are they? I mean, we have to fire some useless acquaintances, don't we?
We do, and that's a great way of saying it. That's so clever. It's just go pick that enclave, and if you can come up with 3 as a start,
That's a lot.
good on you.
Where did I find the other 3, the other 2?
I understand that. But you say that, if you have great guests on the show, and if they can do it, just use that as the impetus to go slow. Have a crack at it, have some fun.
And I think what Robert said before, we just have to slow down a bit,
Oh,
and
yeah.
if anything came out of the COVID lockdown, it just, stop going around, asking people, are you busy? All that busy bullshit didn't get us anywhere, Just spend time, be real, and be kind. And really try to smile in 2021, Smile about 30 times a day, like babies. We just don't seem to smile much.
No, that's right. Yeah, learn to reflect, meditate. Meditation, great. If you had masturbation possibly, but meditation is definitely better. Definitely better.
Are you sure you're not God?
I'm absolutely not, but I was a very naughty boy.
So many learning lessons, and you're enjoying life.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
And
I feel strong.
I think what people need to understand that life is tough for everybody, Life will come and punch you in the face. And this should be like 3 subjects at school that it's not always going to be like growing up Toorak or Brighton and all the private school and everything. After you leave school, life gets pretty tough. Relationships, money, work, fake mates, and so we need to be resilient, and we need to learn how to get on top of crisis, like the great man Rob Rushford.
That's really kind.
Getting on top of crisis is very important, isn't it?
It is not easy, but it is. And the greatest bit of that is you got to do it yourself. And it's so sometimes that's not so easy. Go find the people you can confide in, and try and reinvent that fun. Remember we talked about going to that happy place?
The happy place.
The happy place. My happy place is listening to Hotel California.
Love it.
Dreaming about the sun, having some light wind in my hair. Happy place.
Rob, you're a happy person. Thank you for inspiration, and thank you very much, viewers, for your inspiration. Find your happy place, slow down, and enjoy life. Love and best wishes. We'll see you next week.